Why are people just staring at me like I'm saying something that is unheard of? Do children not go to school anymore?
Long story.
Oh, I know it's a long story. So you're cheating on your wife with your girlfriend or your girlfriend with your wife, and she's here for you. But okay. Why are you trying to get attitude with me? I don't
No,
appreciate it.
ma'am.
And you
I
need
don't
to
see no
answer my
point.
questions.
Yes, ma'am. I don't see no point, ma'am, because you say you don't believe me. So it's kind of unfair, ma'am.
Arson, and I'm the one that got by a flare gun and it caught my shirt on fire. I'm still in jail. You know what I mean?
Why are you admitting to committing crimes? Because that's what you've just done. Do you have children?
Yes.
What are their ages?
I told you the last time that I
What
got
are
my
their ages? All right, so what's happening with all of the other things that were found in the vehicle, the body armor and the gun?
The gun is part of the plea bargain, Judge, and we need to go down to County 11 after we're finished here as part of the plea.
All right, and also the body armor? Okay, all right, thank you. All right, so do you have any children?
I do.
What are their ages?
18, 17, 15, 12, 1.
And do you have contact with them?
I do.
Do they live with you?
Yes. Their grandparents right now.
All right, so that means that you're not taking care of them. It's the grandparents. Are they the paternal or maternal grandparents?
Mother or father?
What? Father.
Okay. So basically you continue to have children and they're taking care of them. Is Child Protective Services involved in your life? Where's the mother of the children?
She's not in the picture.
She has a 1-year-old and she's not in the picture.
It's not the same.
All right, so that mother, where is she?
She's actually incarcerated.
All right, so the mother of the 1-year-old is in prison or in jail?
No, she's here.
All right, in jail.
No. She's not. Not the 1-year-old. I have 4 with one with the previous
Okay.
and 1 with my new spouse.
Oh, and so she's here today? Where? Oh, where's the 1-year-old?
She's with family.
All right, so basically the mother's raising children. Yeah. All right, so I never understand. And who is this young person here in the courtroom?
That's my son.
All right, how old are you?
17.
All right, what are you doing with your life? Are you in school or not in school? Graduate? What are you doing? All right, why are people bringing children down here to see somebody who is in jail for drugs like this is somebody that people should be looking up to when he should be in school? Is school out? Is this an excuse day for him to come down and see this person be sentenced? Is he excused from class? Is he missing math? Is he missing science? Is he missing English literature? Why is he here? Why would you bring your child down here to see him be sentenced for committing a crime that your son should not even be around because he's committed a crime and according to the police report, he's a gang member? This is somebody that you think is the great person to put in your children's life. I don't understand that. He should be at school. He's missing class. Why are people just staring at me like I'm saying something that is unheard of? Do children not go to school anymore? He's getting behind because he's here in court to watch this person get sentenced. And he should be at school studying. What are his grades? Is he doing well in school? Is he doing any extracurricular activities? Did he tell his teacher that he was going to be out because he's here to watch him get sentenced? Is this his biological father? Yeah. So why is he in school? And you should have told him, don't come down here. You need to be in school. I don't understand that. And then what ends up happening? People drop out of school and then they come in and you know what they come to court and tell me? Well, you know, my father's been to prison. My father did drugs. My father's a gang member. And all these mothers are out here holding these men up as paragons of society for their children to look up to. and then having children with them that are one. Knowing their history, I do not understand that. But he's too young to be in court. And if people want to visit him, I know they don't do person-to-person jail visits anymore. You can only do it on phone. That's where he needs to see him. And when you when you're out of custody, spend time with your children instead of just having them show up and want to be in their life when you're in court and you need them for sympathy. So he can step out of the courtroom. Thank you. So they have you listed as a gang member in here. What's this about?
For a small period of time, I was in a motorcycle club.
No, it says Bandito's gang member.
It's a club, Your Honor.
All right. When's the last time you had employment?
I'm self-employed.
Doing what?
I move mobile homes. I have a trucking company.
All right. And is that registered?
Yes, it's an LLC.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you, find you guilty, sentence you to 6 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 8 years, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. I'm going to want a gang evaluation done. So when's the last time you used?
Your Honor, I don't use.
All right, so these drugs that were in the vehicle belong to somebody else?
Yes, they do.
The mother of your children?
Yes, they do.
All right, so, and that's the lady here, another one?
Oh, yeah, my wife,
Oh, so you have your wife and your girlfriend.
my ex-wife, Your Honor.
And so recently you were with your wife.
Long story.
Oh, I know it's a long story. So you're cheating on your wife with your girlfriend or your girlfriend with your wife, and she's here for you. But okay. What's your wife's name?
Jaslyn Pettis.
Jasmine Pettis?
Jaslyn.
Jaslyn. There should be no contact with Jaslyn
Oh,
Pettis.
sorry.
Yes.
That's his
Jesse.
current,
Oh, that's the current girlfriend.
correct.
Who
The
is your
former
wife?
girl is,
Or is she just your girlfriend?
Jesse Solis.
Is that just your girlfriend or did you all get
That's my
married?
wife. We got married.
All right, so no contact with the wife, Jesse
Solis.
Solis, that he is still currently in a relationship with. That's why it's in her car with her drugs. So tell the girlfriend he's still in a relationship with her. And, you know, that shakes out the way it shakes out. Either she's the number one girlfriend or not. That's what he's doing. So no contact with Jesse Solis, no unsupervised contact with minors, UA hotline, field visits 1 time per month until further notice, 200 hours of community service restitution. The court is going to order parenting classes. Once the parenting classes are complete, community service hours will be deemed satisfied. TAP evaluation, in custody, follow results. Is there anything else, probation? Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful? All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
I did, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. And also, this will run concurrent with 2024 CC 738359. All right, we can go off the record. Let me just tell you something. Probation is very difficult. And if you are going to have a wife and a girlfriend and you're secretly still in a relationship with both of them, your probation is going to get very difficult, even more difficult. You know why? Because if something goes on in your household where there's an argument, you're cheating, and you're not letting them know, you know what's going to end up happening? They're going to call your probation officer and you're going to be reported for whatever issues are going on in your household. So you're going to have to make a decision so your children are not confused. Either you're going to be with your wife or either you're going to be with the new girlfriend. For some reason, the new girlfriend decided to hang her moon and her stars on you. So you're going to have to be a better person. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
In order to be successful in this court, communication is key. Let probation know if you have any issues. If you feel they're not addressing it, you can always come back to court. You understand?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you.
Judge, we need to go down to 11. The
Oh,
bailiff can,
the deputies are in charge of that.
I just wanted to.
What is Santa? And how do you pronounce the last word? Muerte? What is that? Anyone? Santa Muerte.
Marta.
Yes, what is that?
Marta,
Mr. Dorset, what is Santa Morta?
Religion,
Yes, but that's not telling me anything.
Catholic.
Baptist is a religion.
I'm Catholic, means that I'm Catholic,
So why would she be upset with you putting those objects around? What were the objects that you were
because
putting
she's
in the
not
room?
Catholic, she's not Catholic, that's why.
My question is, what were the objects that you were putting around in the room?
I have an altar, I have an altar, and that's it, it's always been there. I didn't do nothing with it. Why is this coming up to it? I don't understand.
No, I
actually.
want to know what objects you were putting around, because maybe my understanding of what the objects are completely different from yours. But my understanding that the objects that is like the Grim Reaper.
Yes,
So-
it is, ma'am. It's
All right, so why?
Azrael.
So
It's
why?
an
are you-
angel, it's an angel called Azrael. They have a bad thing against it, but really it's an Islamic thing, and it's an angel, and it's called Azrael. It's not called Santa Muerte, it's called
Okay, so
Azrael.
here's the thing, what I do know, I don't think Catholic and Islam is the same thing. Am I wrong? Someone help me out, Mr.
You are correct, ma'am. You are
So
correct.
why are you saying that it's a part of Islam when it's not?
In
why are
a
you
way it
telling
is,
me-
ma'am. In a
why-
way it is. You know,
Time out. This is what I want to understand. And I can see now you do have major anger issues. I don't know why she wants a no harm or injurious contact with you. It should
I
probably be a no
don't
contact.
bother nobody, ma'am. I am a peaceful man. Respect.
All right, victim stated suspect and her had been drinking throughout the night. Victim stated she told suspect she was going to take a shower and asked suspect to stop drinking. Victim stated in the past, suspect has been known to get physically and verbally aggressive with victim once he's intoxicated. Victim stated as she got out of the shower, she observed suspect one placing Santa Muerte objects in her bedroom, which we do know is Grim Reaper, that is not related to Islam or the Catholic religion. Victim one stated as soon as she told the suspect to not place the object in her room, suspect began punching victim one in the face multiple times. Victim one stated as she was running towards her children's room, suspect followed her and began hitting victim in the face again multiple times. Victim one pleaded with the suspect to stop hitting her because her children were in the next room. Victim one stated once she mentioned the kids, suspect finally stopped hitting her and left the room. Victim stated she defended herself by hitting suspect in the face and pushing him away again. I made contact suspect one who appeared to be highly intoxicated. Suspect stated victim made him drink. Suspect admitted to being intoxicated. So here's the thing, when you say you don't bother anybody, we're here on an assault family second. So somebody has been bothered.
Yes,
We're here on
you're-
an assault family second. So here's the thing. Stop being untruthful.
I understand, ma'am, but if you can go to certain records that she has, it's been
No,
a
we're not
problem.
talking about her records.
No,
We're
I
talking
know the
about your
focus,
record.
I know the focus is on me, ma'am. I know the focus is on me. I just want to get over this. Everything that she said, ma'am, it was a lie, man. I don't drink, and I just drank with her because I didn't want her in the streets drinking and driving.
So basically what you're telling me, it's her fault. I mean, if
Ma'am,
if it's
I
her
did
fault,
hit her,
let me
ma'am.
know.
I get that, ma'am. That I did hit her, ma'am. But she's also a very violent person, ma'am. And what she said, I never I don't do nothing wrong to people, ma'am.
Mr.
It's- I
Mr.
never got
Barrera,
the
it
chance
sounds to me
explain.
like your client should not be having contact with Araceli Coronado, because from what he's telling me, she's very violent and she forces him to drink.
I understand, and if you so order, that's the order of the court.
And I think your client has serious anger issues. And it
Well,
appears
hopefully-
that, I don't know if he's,
hopefully-
oh, I'm
Yes,
sorry, Mr. Barrera, go
I
ahead.
do, Your Honor, you're right, Your Honor. I do, because it's being unfair. And in a situation like this, I was never asked what happened, nothing. And I know the truth, what happened, ma'am. I didn't want her to go drinking like she does, ma'am. I just wanted her to come back home to us, to my family. I take care of my family. I take my kids to the doctor, to school, and none of that. I cannot do that. None of that no more, ma'am. I cannot do none of that no more, because I have to eat all of this.
Well, here's the thing. If we wouldn't put our hands on people in anger, we wouldn't be here.
No, I understand, ma'am.
Part of life, Mr. Dorset, part of life and part of growing is accepting the consequences from your actions and not placing the blame on other people. That's what children do sometimes. So nobody forced you to drink. You drank because you wanted to drink. So I don't want to hear about, I didn't want her drinking outside, so I drank with her. Don't want to hear it, because you're an adult. You decided
You're right,
to
ma'am.
drink.
You're right,
And
Your
you
Honor.
decided to drink to intoxication. You're
Yes,
an
Your Honor.
adult. This is not your first family violence case.
You're all right, Your Honor. You're right.
So here's my question. Since the date of this incident, when's the last time you had a drink?
Never, ma'am. Never, ma'am.
So you're telling me that since March 25th of 2021, you have not had an alcoholic drink at all. I don't mean drinking an intoxication. I mean, you haven't had a beer, you haven't
Nothing,
had a
ma'am.
mixed drink,
I'm
you
not-
haven't
I'm
had
not that-
Crown Raw.
Ma'am, just because of this case, ma'am, it doesn't mean that I'm an alcoholic or something. I don't drink. I do not like it, ma'am. Because I know, ma'am, I don't like it, ma'am.
Yes, I don't believe that from you. Is there anything you wish to say on your behalf of your client, Mr. Barrera?
Yes, Judge, I would like to say that if in fact a TAP evaluation reflects that he has either alcohol or drug-related issues, we certainly will comply with whatever they recommend. I frankly don't know that he does or does not drink. I have never seen him drink, but I've never been in a position to witness that. And all I have to go on is what the victim said, but I don't know what she said is true or not true. However, he says he doesn't drink. She says he does. Obviously, we have a discrepancy. So maybe we need to have a TAP evaluation and see exactly what they think the problems are.
All right. Where are you employed, Mr. Dorset?
Yard work, ma'am.
What do you
Why?
do?
I mean, if I do yard work, ma'am, I do yard work.
Okay, let me ask you something, Mr. Dorset. Why are you trying to get attitude with me? I don't appreciate
No,
it.
ma'am. I respect you, ma'am. I respect you. But
Then you
I
need
don't
to
see no
answer my
point.
questions.
yes, ma'am. I don't see no point, ma'am, because you say you don't believe me. So it's kind of unfair, ma'am, my
I
situation.
don't understand what you're saying. What did you just say? And the court reporter is not able to take it down because we can't hear you.
Speak a little slower, Mr. Dorset, a little slower, a little calmer, please.
And louder.
I do yard work, ma'am, here and there. That's it, ma'am.
Has Child Protective Services been involved in your life?
One time, ma'am, they were involved, so I can come back because she had an issue with another person and beat her up. And that's why CPS called me, because my kids were only saying good things about me, that I'm a good father. I don't know if you can now investigate that. I mean, it's on record already. Like 2-3 times this case has been happening with her.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. 4 years deferred adjudication, $1,500 fine probated. Take in consideration 152369, 152370, 152371, 152372. Affirmative finding of family violence. No contact with Araceli Coronado. Parenting classes. the BIPP course, 120 hours of community service restitution. 40 hours will be waived if you take the COVID vaccine and you complete that. You don't have to take the COVID vaccine. I'm not requiring anyone to do it, but if you do it, you'll have a deduction of 40 hours in your community service restitution. No unsupervised contact with children until parenting classes are completed. Proof of employment within 15 days. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. I'm going to want field visits, random, 3 times per month, regular Zoom reporting or in-person reporting, GPS, waive fees, defendant allowed to work, random UAs, and I'm going to want a UA today. Test for drugs and alcohol, please. Rebecca, is there anything else that he needs?
No, ma'am.
I'm going to send you to a breakout room. Mr. Barrera, I'm going to want you to go to the breakout room with your client while probation goes over conditions with him, please.
Ms. Simmons, this theft that led to committing, that didn't all happen at once, is that right?
It did not.
This was all done over a period of time.
Yes, it was.
How long was that period of time?
Several months, almost a year. I can't exactly speak the exact time period.
And during that time, you were lying to your coworkers
Yes, I was.
and you were lying to your boss.
Yes, I
And
was.
based on what you just said on direct, you're also lying to your family.
Yes, I was.
No further questions.
Any follow?
No, Judge.
What do you do with human resources?
I'm not with Human Resources.
Well, it says in here that you're employed with human resources.
Oh, no. It's the City of San Antonio Department of Human Services.
All right, what do you do?
I'm an administrative assistant.
What is that? What are you doing?
I'm scheduling, writing letters, setting up paperwork.
Do you have access to their funding?
I do not.
Are they aware of this charge?
Yes, ma'am. I was actually arrested while I was doing my background check for the job.
All right. Defense, are they aware of what she's charged with?
Yes, Judge, they are. And I believe that, I don't know how they would handle it, but I believe if she was on deferred adjudication, she may be able to retain that job, but obviously she would definitely be fired if she had a conviction.
What are the hours you work?
I work from 7:30 to 4:30.
Is this 7 a.m. to 4:30 p.m.?
7:30.
Is this 7:30 a.m. to
Yes,
4
ma'am. Yes,
p.m.?
Yes, ma'am. 7:30 a.m.
What days?
Monday through Friday.
How are you homeschooling your children if those are your schedule?
Because we have an online program that we use, and then during my lunch breaks and after work, I go in and make sure that all their assignments are completed. Their assignments are completed. I get alerts and I call home to make sure that they're getting their work done.
So what hours does your husband work?
He works the same hours. He also works for the city.
So who's supervising these children?
My mother is with them, as well as they have their older siblings that are also there, but
The mother who has the health issue?
yes, but she's still able to move around and function, yes.
Mhm. I will tell you, I don't think that older children should be in charge of supervising young children. Sometimes parents use their older children as built-in babysitters, and they're supposed to be taking care of the siblings. Those are not their children. Those are their siblings. It's the same thing with grandparents. Those are not their children. Those are their grandchildren. It really is supposed to be, do you feel like babysitting? Yes, I do. It's not supposed to be a permanent thing. Your children, your older children should have their own lives to live. And I see where some of them are 17. What are their ages?
It's 20, 19, 16, 10, and 7.
Okay, I'm sorry. Could you repeat that? 20?
20, 19, 16, 10, and 7.
And all of you are living in an apartment currently?
Yes, ma'am.
How many bedrooms?
4.
So basically, all of these, your children have 2 bedrooms amongst them? Because I'm assuming you and your husband sleep in a bedroom?
Yes, ma'am.
Grandmother, hopefully she has her own room?
No, she does not, ma'am.
So who is she?
She's shares a room with the 10-year-old and the 7-year-old.
That's probably not great for her.
It's not.
So why isn't the 10 and 7-year-old sharing a room with you?
They don't.
Why not?
Our
Why are
room
you
is-
putting your grandmother out?
my
If
room-
she has health issues, as you say, and I'm supposed to sympathize with that, and be concerned about that and your ability to do jail time because of that and because of your conditions, why are you not being sympathetic with her and allowing her to share a bedroom with a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old? Why are you not doing that?
The room that she's in is the larger room than mine, but you're right, Your Honor, it shouldn't be that way.
She shouldn't be taking care of a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old full time when she has medical issues, as you told me. That should be on you. And the fact that you have medical issues, then your husband needs to step up. People need to stop passing the buck just because people are related biologically or love their children. People need to stop passing the buck and having other people raise their children. Your grandmother didn't decide to have these children, you did. Now, with regards to this restitution matter, how much money, does anyone know? How much money did the company pay? Did they have a deductible or something they needed to pay, or it was just, we're paying you this entire amount?
I believe they were paid out the entire amount that they requested.
I believe that's correct, Judge. The company was made whole.
All right, so here's the question. Why should I give money to an insurance company? Because as we all know, the insurance company has passed along this loss to everybody. Their rates have raised. And if she were to pay back the insurance company is not going to give any money back to any other people whose rates were raised because they had to pay out this money. So why should I order her to pay this? I think I feel like she should pay something.
It is the natural consequence of her actions, just because, there's going to be a car wreck doesn't mean that you don't be responsible. I think that because they were looking out for the possibility that this could happen, protecting themselves from loss, they were made whole, and that insurance company is the one who's now on the hook for.
Then why doesn't the insurance company just sue her?
They have that opportunity, Judge, if they wanted to.
And Judge, just for your edification, that is why we included it below the line. They're not the named complainant on the indictment.
All right. Because I know when people have car accidents, or if there's, like in California, they have this big storm that's happening and everybody's insurance rates are going to go up because the insurance company are acting as though they haven't been collecting premiums from everybody. They're going to increase everybody's rates. And with regards to this company, if she were to pay this amount back, is that insurance company then going to say, oops, we've got that money back. We're going to give everybody a discount?
I can't speak to what they'll do, but
Oh, they probably won't.
I think you're right.
This is me. Just, wondering why insurance companies take everybody's premiums every month and it doesn't cover anything because they still end up increasing everybody's rate. But there we have it. So was the complainant out of anything?
No, Your Honor, there were, the mental distress caused by having to go through the insurance claim. Mr. Kendon is here if you would like to speak with me.
I'm sorry, who?
The victim, the owner of the complainant business.
I mean, if you want to call him, you can call him as a witness.
Judge, in the PSI, they're not asking for any money because they were paid everything.
Okay.
There will be a brief victim impact statement, but I don't think we need him as a witness, Your Honor.
All right. So I see that she doesn't have any prior criminal history. Is there a reason why the state is opposed to deferred adjudication?
And that's just because of the nature of the crime and the long-term deception. We think that the case merits a conviction.
All right. Ms. Simmons, you have a choice. Usually I can't give people choices. I can place you on 8 years deferred adjudication, or either you can have a conviction. And with a conviction, you'll be on probation for 4 years.
I'll accept the 8 years deferred adjudication now.
All right, the court is going to sentence you to 8 years deferred adjudication. I'm not going to grant this restitution, but I am going to give you a $2,500 fine. There's to be parenting classes. The theft course, the court sees that she's already taken the theft course. She'll need to provide that documentation to probation. There's to be no contact with Southwest Gulf Coast Regional, I cannot read this word here, Regional council, there's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, outpatient treatment with probation. There's to be 90 meetings in 90 days. That can be NA or AA. I'm going to want field visits 2 times per month until further notice, and there's to be regular UAs. Probation, is there anything else? Intensive. My understanding is the top evaluation has been done. Thank you. See, it's been a long time since we'll be back. Proof of employment within 15 days. There's to be no employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. We'll do 180 hours of community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived once you've completed parenting classes. The remainder will be waived if you provide proof of full-time enrollment in school. And for the court, full-time enrollment is at least 9 hours. I myself would take 21 hours a semester, but I'm not expecting that of you. So at least 9 hours. Probation, is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
Can I have therapy, please?
What type of therapy are you requesting?
Mental health?
All right, can we do a MIC evaluation, please?
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me know that. Anything else? All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Judge, real quick, one point of clarification. We were asking for a 60-day jail sanction. It was below the line on the plea bargain. I was just asking if you're opposing that or holding an advance or anything like that.
I'm not going to impose that. Thank you. All right, is there anything else from either side?
I just wanted to clarify, I guess, what just happened was, so that's not being ordered.
No.
Because she has to do the 90 meetings in 90 days.
No, it's just not being
It's
ordered.
not part.
All right, anything else?
Nothing else from the state, Your Honor?
No, Judge.
All right, you said there's victim impact?
We do have victim impacts.
All right. Come down.
I have talked with the district attorney.
Okay.
They made an offer, he's considering it. DEA, did you call the case or anything?
All right, so you have all the discovery?
No, we're missing a piece. It's really strange to us. This was a body cam. We can't seem to find it. I've even brought a USB and I guess it's your feet.
All right, do you know where
Forward.
body cam, do you know where that is?
No idea, Your Honor.
All right, have you looked for it?
I have a,
Been told what body cam it is, so I'm not sure which one it is that I'm supposed to look for. So
All right.
At this point, no, Joe.
All right, so if you will talk to the state, let them know which body cam it is. Maybe they can pull it up for you now.
okay.
All right, thank you.
But we'd still like a reset. I want to get a investigator to contact baby mama's boyfriend who allegedly owned the car in the hospital. And the state was gonna look into ownership of the car.
All right, so let's see first about the body cam, so you can have that, then your investigator will have something. So yes,
Okay, do you mind if was I read on some things? I first got assigned Mr. Hayek with a theft. I showed up for court, right? They had just changed the Odyssey thing. So the bailiff told me to talk to the coordinator, however it was on the other side, it was in county court, right? Well, she gave me a piece of paper saying, call in 2 weeks. Well, Mr. Hayek didn't see me there apparently and got me a FTA, right? So I knew I had an FTA when they walked up on me until I ran, right? I did do that, right? But I
let me
did
ask
show
you
up to
something,
court.
let me ask you something. So why are you admitting to committing crimes? Because that's what you've just done.
Yes, ma'am, because I did evade arrest.
All right, so you just admitted to a crime, so that's eliminating probably one defense your attorney may or may not have for you.
Oh, I understand that, but I'm just honest with what I did. So I just want to be honest with you. So then I had my people call Mr. Hayek and talk about, okay, well, I got arrested. I got shot with a flare gun, right? And it caught some stuff on fire. I bonded out on all these charges. I paid $2,200. I was out in 3 days. I was there on the side of the road trying to put the fire out. the fire marshal said there's no evidence to charge me with the crime, right? But Bear County's charged me anyways, and it pulled all my bonds. I paid $2,200 to get out, right? I got things going on with my kids. I just started seeing my 3-year-old kid. I was just helping them on the side of the road. Well, it pulled all my bonds. So I was gonna see if somehow, cause I had Charles Bunk, and he read on there, on the police report, it says, there's no evidence to charge James Cody Davis, right? But they did anyway, so he got it, he went, and he was like, I don't even know how they even didn't reject you. So he went and got it thrown out before it was indicted or anything, right? Within a week after he seen me the first time, Charles Bunk. So I was gonna see somehow, like I paid $2,200 to get out for 3 days, and I was putting a fire out there when I got shot with a flare gun, right? So if there's any way you can look into that or reinstate my bonds or something, because I was only out 3 days and I wasn't even supposed to get arrested for this arson, and I'm the one that got shot by a flare gun, and it caught my shirt on fire. I'm still in jail. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, if there's any way you could help get my bonds reinstated. I was through Armstrong.
Well, with regards to bonds being reinstated, your bondsman will need to request that they be put back on your bond. Reinstatement of bond means that I'm telling the bondsman, you're back on this bond. And that's not something that I do.
Okay,
So the bondsman will have to agree to be on your bond.
what
And
about them doubling it? And when I wasn't supposed
here's
to
the
get
thing.
arrested?
Excuse me. Yes.
Sorry for interrupting you, Mr. Davis. May I be excused to try and look for
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. So that's where we are. So, and then where we are right now is you're gonna have a seat. He's gonna see if he has the body cam that you're looking for, and then you can approach again. All right, thank you.
Your Honor. The
Yes.
dean has looked through his files of about 9 different videos. So he wants me to look at whatever I have. Look at my office.
All right, thank you. All right, Cody Davis. Come down. Ms. Ferguson, on Cody Davis, reset this for plea deadline date, March 31st. If your attorney wishes for you to be brought over sooner, he'll let us know.
Thank you.
You're welcome, and your attorney can file whatever motions he wants to file with regards to bond issues.
I'll at least call on.
All right,
Sorry
thank you.
for my language and interrupting your.
No, it's no problem. Sometimes, here's the thing, I understand that these cases that we have, for you, it is the most important thing because it involves your life, right? So I understand how people can get frustrated and upset if you think that people are not hearing you. So apology accepted. We're going to pretend like that never happened, okay?
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to bring you back on March 31st. And if your attorney wants you brought back sooner, he'll let the court know. But as I said before, with regards to bonds, if you're on a commercial bond, there is no reinstating a bond for me unless the bondsman agrees to it. All right, because that's like me telling the bondsman, you're going to get back on this person bond. And they may say, no, we've had problems with this person. We don't want to be back on their bond. So legally, I can't force them to do it, but he's saying that he will call them and see if they will agree to a reinstatement of your bond and have them as your bondsman. Now, whether or not I agree to reinstate it at the same amount will depend on what evidence is presented to me. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
And, okay.
No, that's plea deadline. Probation for burglary of a habitation.
Yes.
That's 5 years deferred. So you know what that means? That means if you are revoked, I could send you to prison for 20 years. You understand?
Yes.
All right. So the issues we are having with you is nobody knows where you're going to live. Are you going to be living in Hondo? Yes or no?
Yes, I have to live here in Hondo because I got a protective order against the victim.
No. My only question for you is, do you want your probation transferred to Hondo? Yes or no?
I think it'll be easier for me to be transferred over here until I can find somewhere to live in San Antonio.
No. That's not my question. My question is, either your probation is being transferred to Hondo or not. So don't give me this business about there's a no contact order, because there are plenty of people who are on probation who have no contact orders. They just don't have contact with the person they're living with. San Antonio is a big city the last time I checked.
Yeah,
And
but I ain't got
if-
big money like that.
I'm sorry, what?
I don't have big money to live in that big city and to pay
San
the bill.
Antonio
for-
has an extremely low cost of living. Who are you
Yes,
living with in Hondo?
at my mom's house.
Does your mom want you there?
I have no car. I have no job, no nothing.
That's not my question. Does your mom want you there?
I mean, she don't mind if I stay here.
How old are you?
35.
Yeah. See, I'm gonna put a stop to this right now, because you're not gonna be 35 living off your mom. That's what you're doing right now. You're living off your mom.
Yeah, because
That's
I
not
can't,
gonna
go, I can't go home because I got a protective order against. I can't go
Because it
back
should
home.
be. I mean,
Excuse
if
me.
you have a protective order against you, then that protective order should be. So here's the thing. I am not going to allow you to be living with your mom and not contributing. You're not contributing because you're not bringing money into the home. You are a 35-year-old grown man who's not working, who is being supported by his mom.
I just got
I'm
out
not
of
going to
jail.
allow that.
I just got out of jail.
Well, get a job.
Well,
What do you do all day?
I left this town like 5 years ago when I got out of prison. I haven't been in this town in about 10 years, 11 years, because this small town is nothing but gangs and drugs. And that's why I moved to San Antonio. But I got this issue, this case that I got, and now I can't live at my residence because, you know, a night of drinking or whatever it was. I mean,
You just said a lot of sentences, but you have not answered my question. My question is, what do you do all day?
try to find a job. I just got, I mean, I just got out of jail. I'm a construction worker. I don't have a vehicle. My girl can't come over here and give me a ride over there because I got a protective order against her.
Well, that's
I mean-
no longer your girl. And if she has a protective order against you, that's
y'all put it
because
on-
there's
y'all put
been
it-
some violence. That's why, because there's been some violence. So here's the problem. You have a no contact order with Adrian Lara. Is that your girl?
Yes.
All right. The reason why you have a no contact order, and I put a no contact order, is because you were abusive to her. That's why you have a no contact order. So don't come on this screen pretending like you don't know why you have a no contact order. That's why you have one, because you've been abusive to her. Now, whether
Yes.
she wants to be with you or not, that's completely up to her. But what I'm telling you right now is, while you're on deferred adjudication out of this court, you're not having any contact with her, period. So you're going to get a job and you're going to start supporting yourself and not depending on your mom supporting you. If that involves you picking up cans, then you're picking up cans. If that involves you working for less than minimum wage, then you're working for less than minimum wage. If it involves you digging ditches, then you're digging ditches. You are 35 years old. Do you have children?
Yes.
What are their ages?
I told you the last time that I
What
got
are their ages?
they're teenagers and two of them are infants.
Yeah. And so basically what's happening right now is you're not even supporting your children.
I just got out of jail.
You're not supporting your children. They need to eat. Your babies need milk. So this is what's going to end up happening. You're not living in Hondo because they can't appropriately supervise you in Hondo. You are going to be in Bexar County. They're going to be home visits. It's going to be exactly what I ordered. There is going to be gang supervision exactly as I ordered. If there is CPS pending, you're going to be in compliance with CPS exactly as I ordered. I can't have you in Hondo because you can't be supervised in Hondo. That's what I'm being told.
What do you mean I
I'm being
can't?
told that if you live in Hondo, there is no gang supervision. Is that correct, probation?
If I live in San Antonio, I'm homeless.
If,
What do you want?
if,
Where do you want me to
If-
move?
Yes, Rebecca?
If he lives in Hondo, Bear County probation cannot do field visits or gang supervision. If his case is transferred, it would be up to their probation department.
All right, can you check with Hundo and see if they have gang supervision there and are able to do field visits, Rebecca?
Yeah, I'll look up their number.
All right, thank you. Audrey Bash. Esther San Miguel.
You can't talk to anybody, sir.
All right, you know you're not allowed to speak to people. Who are you waving to? You're not allowed to do that. So now she's gonna have to go outside the courtroom. I'm sorry, the person who he was waving to, you're gonna have to go outside.
Don't be talking in the box, inmates. Both of y'all, sit up.
All right, who's the attorney for you? Who's your attorney? All right, your client keeps talking. One, he's talked to his mom. And now he's talking and he keeps saying my bad, but he's not learning. And he's talking to the inmate in the box. That's not allowed. If you continue, you know what's going to end up happening? You're going to get sent back and we'll see you when we see you. There is not to be any speaking to each other in the box. There's not to be speaking to family members in the audience. If you want a visitation with your family members, they'll have to do it at the jail. Those are the rules. The deputies are in charge of security. They're already on high alert and you're just making them on even a higher alert. Tasers can and will be used. Does everybody understand?
Yeah, can I say something?
Sure.
Yeah, I had got off the bus and I had a little bit of beer in a HB bag, and when I got off in Travis Park and I guess you're not supposed to have a can, and I took it out and they made me stand there with the can, and I kind of like got frustrated. And then they said that I had warrants for grand theft auto and possession of firearm, which wasn't me. So I kind of had like a little, like, wasn't me, you know, and we started arguing, and that's when I don't recall doing it, but I did have a few bad words for them, and I regret it. But
Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
I mean, I'm not
Some
trying to-
people, no, let me just explain something to you. There are laws. Sometimes officers will give you a pass. But they most definitely will not give you a pass if you're being disrespectful.
and I was.
So, yeah. So maybe if you were not disrespectful, we wouldn't even be here. Guess
yeah.
what? You would have just had a ticket for drinking alcohol in public.
I've thought about that so many times.
Yeah, and so you're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to drink alcohol on the bus. And guess what? People who are on the bus, get the thing. Here's the thing. People are on the bus. They don't want to be sitting next to somebody drinking alcohol from a paper bag. That's just the way it is.
Okay.
And then after he tells you you're not allowed to drink alcohol, according to the steps, you continue to drink alcohol in front of him. Then he tells you you have 3 other active warrants, and then you get angry, and then you start calling him names. And then what do? You empty the beer on the sidewalk and throw the can in the street, which he rightfully so told you that's littering, which, by the way, people, please stop littering. The fact that you're smoking a cigarette and you put it on the ground and stomp it out, that's still littering. You know,
Yes,
nobody wants to clean up after you.
Mhm.
All right. Do you have any children?
I have a daughter, she's 26, and 4 grandkids.
All
4
right.
Little boys.
And how old are your grandchildren?
8, 6, 5, and 4.
All right. And do you live by yourself?
I stay at the Human Whole program right now. Ever since COVID, I was a supervisor for UPS, and I kind of I went through a bad relationship, and I was in a depression, and I was doing drugs and alcohol. But I already learned my lesson, and I want to get back to supervising. I'm going to try to be a supervisor at Amazon. It's a new one they opened over there.
All right. And what drugs were you using when you were using?
I was using meth, drinking beer and alcohol, and I was smoking marijuana. I wouldn't intervene anything, I should have, but I was smoking and snorting methamphetamine. which was my downfall mainly.
Okay,
But I kind of know much.
all right. And did you have an allergic reaction?
Yes, I have eczema, but they don't give me the medicine, and yeah, I was only using Vaseline.
Okay.
It's like it dries up, and when the dry skin comes up, it turns red.
No, I just wanted to make sure your health was okay.
I'm good. I'm good. Right now I currently work on High Quest. It's a temp service, and I plan on going back there and being at the courtyard. I even call to get right back. I'm with the CHCS. I have counselors. I have a doctor for my medication because I have mood disorders and everything. But everything's over. I just gotta go and check in as soon as I get
All
out
right,
of
so
here.
you know you have to follow rules.
Yes,
And you were having a hard time following rules in the box with speaking to the people in the audience, then speaking to other inmates in the box. You have got to internalize what rules are, and I know you know what the rules are, and you got to follow those. Otherwise, if you don't, there are going to be consequences. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 2 years deferred adjudication. There's a $1,500 fine that will be probated. Take in consideration 729,376, 150 hours of community service restitution, regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There's to be regular random UAs.
Does that include alcohol?
Yes, you're not allowed to drink alcohol while you're on probation.
Okay, okay.
There's to be proof of employment
I can do that.
within 30 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. In custody is going to be a TAP evaluation and a referral to felony drug court. Felony drug court will probably be able to see you on Monday. If he's not accepted into felony drug court, then he's to follow all recommendations of TAP. There's to be 120 sober meetings in 120 days. And also, if he's not accepted into felony drug court, and if TAP is recommending inpatient treatment, then he's going to be in inpatient treatment. If TAP is not, see if he can have a referral to lifetime recovery.
How about corners, cross points? I was at cross points before, so it's like lifetime recovery.
We're going to follow these rules.
Okay.
Okay. There's to be field visits 1 time per month for 4 months. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once he completes the parenting classes, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. Probation is, oh, and anger management class. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Is there anything else you need from the court?
I just wanted to know how soon will I be released?
Oh, well, it depends. If the TAP evaluation says you need inpatient treatment, you're going to be going to inpatient treatment. If felony drug court accepts you, then felony drug court will give you your conditions. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yeah,
And did you sign it?
Yes.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Okay.
All right, good luck to you.
All right.
Matt?